Alright, fellow RuneScapers, gather round. Let me tell you about an adventure that starts with a mysterious update and ends with me asking the big question. Why does this feel like it's missing something? And no, I'm not talking about the fact that Jagex forgot to leave us a welcome back gift when he left. It's like he was all "bye guys, have fun," and left us with a broken, unsharpened spear. So, the new magic update in Dragon Wilds? Pretty cool. The visuals? Absolutely stunning. I mean, look at that spell cast. It's like watching a fireworks show in the middle of a battle. They've clearly put a lot of effort into making the visuals pop. But, and here's where I'm stuck. It's missing something. I can't quite put my finger on it. It's like they've delivered the flash and sparkle, but the substance, it's just not there yet. Now, don't get me wrong. I'm not saying it's bad. It's just, where's the heart of it all? Where's the nostalgia, the connection, the essence of what makes RuneScape updates truly memorable? It feels like there's room to add that extra layer. But hey, this is still early access, so I've got my fingers crossed. Here's hoping they'll find that sweet spot that'll make me come back for more every time. On the brighter side, I've got some serious optimism here. I really think, in time, Jagex will dig deep into the treasure chest of nostalgia and rip out some of the best, most beloved elements from old-school RuneScape. Can you imagine? Construction with a demon butler? Yes, please. I need that butler back in my life. And if we get that nostalgic vibe in every skill, oh man, we could be looking at something truly special. Look, as cool as Dragon Wilds is, it does feel like they've tried to reinvent the wheel, a bit too much in some areas. Sure, the jungle, dragons, and new areas are fantastic, but when you compare it to the old-school vibe of RuneScape, I can't help but wish for just a little more of that old magic. Not to mention, who doesn't want a demon butler to clean up after every construction project? Am I right? Who's with me on this? And now, a quick note on lore. Because what would RuneScape be without all those deep, mysterious stories? Let's talk about the fact that Jagex, our dear god of balance, kind of left us with this giant void after his death. I mean, it's hard to not feel a little empty after his departure. But hey, at least he didn't leave us with another Void Knight situation, right? I prefer the dragons, thank you very much. In the end, Dragon Wilds has a ton of potential. Visually amazing, gameplay enjoyable, but lacking that deep-rooted RuneScape charm just a little bit. With early access, there's plenty of time to improve. And who knows, maybe someday we'll be building our own castles with a demon butler serving us tea. Until then, we wait. But as always, in the world of RuneScape, we know one thing's for sure. The grind never stops, and neither do the updates.
Okay, so let's talk future possibilities, because when you look at Dragon Wilds, you start to wonder, what could this new game mode borrow from the past to really give it that RuneScape charm? We've seen some impressive visuals and fun mechanics, but there's still a little something missing. It's that iconic old-school RuneScape feeling that pulls at your heartstrings. But could it be brought into Dragon Wilds? And more importantly, should it? Let's start with the skills. You know, in old-school RuneScape, there was this sense of accomplishment in every skill. Whether it was leveling up your agility for faster run times or smashing out a 99 in woodcutting, each achievement felt earned. Now, imagine bringing that same feeling into Dragon Wilds, with a twist. Picture this. A construction skill that doesn't just involve building your house. No, I'm talking about actual villages, building your own settlements where NPCs can visit, and maybe even a few old faces like our beloved demon butler. I mean, think about it. A demon butler that doesn't just help you clean, but also assists with quests or missions, maybe even unlocking new upgrades for your house. Imagine if you could craft furniture that actually improved your stats or brought in bonuses to your gameplay, something akin to how the old-school method of farming worked with the patches in OSRS. You could upgrade your base, gain new followers, and perhaps even build your very own stronghold to defend against the dragons or rival factions. Doesn't that sound just like something that could belong in Dragon Wilds? Boss fights. Old school RuneScape has some of the best boss mechanics. You remember when you first took on the King Black Dragon, or maybe Vorkarth? It wasn't just a matter of fighting, it was a challenge. Every move mattered. And I don't know about you, but I can't help but think Dragon Wilds has the perfect opportunity to give us those same thrilling moments. Dragons aren't just about spamming attacks and dodging fire. No, they're about strategy and timing. Maybe a dragon-slaying guild could be added, something where players can group up, train specific dragon-slaying skills, and prepare for endgame challenges. Maybe even legendary dragons that require specific team-based tactics. There's potential to go beyond the usual fight the dragon, get the loot. We need to bring strategy back. Let's talk about resource gathering. In old-school RuneScape, gathering resources like wood, ores, and fish has this unspoken beauty. It's relaxing, sure, but it's also essential. What if Dragon Wilds took that philosophy, but made it more immersive? Let's say your gathering skills aren't just about mindlessly chopping trees or fishing for hours. How about we add a crafting skill tree for specific tools that could boost the efficiency of gathering? Or maybe even bring in multiplayer crafting, where you and your friends can gather, build. Imagine a crafting table in Dragon Wilds where you build more than just potions and weapons. You create entire sets of armor that influence your playstyle or give you buffs based on your surroundings. Dragon Wilds could even take a page from OSRS when it comes to combat system balance. One thing OSRS is known for is its incredibly finely tuned combat mechanics. Every weapon has a purpose, every attack, a counter. It's not about the flashiest moves, but about understanding your opponent's weaknesses. So what if Dragon Wilds adopted a similar philosophy? Maybe we could have specific dragon hunting weapons that only work in particular areas, or have certain advantages in certain combat situations, ensuring that players have to carefully consider their equipment. And I'm talking everything from your ammunition to your trinkets. And then there's the questing system. This is a big one, and a major part of why OSRS was so loved by so many players. The world building through quests made it feel like we were living in that world. What if Dragon Wilds could expand on this idea with epic, lore-filled quests that also affect the environment? Maybe certain quests could unlock new areas, new NPCs, or even new dragon species. What if the dragon factions you're fighting against had a direct impact on the story, or gave you different choices depending on your actions? Maybe you could even recruit some of these factions into your base, creating alliances and rivalries that impact the entire game world. And while we're on the topic of environments, let's talk about the world itself. RuneScape has always been rich in its world building. The fact that Dragon Wilds has a living, breathing jungle environment with dragons lurking in every corner? Perfect opportunity. We could see this world evolve with updates that introduce seasonal changes, areas getting overtaken by new factions, or maybe even a global event where the jungle starts encroaching into previously safe zones. You know what would be great? A RuneScape evolution event where players' actions directly influence the game's landscape. So, yeah, there's potential, people. Dragon Wilds could take that iconic old-school RuneScape magic and give it a new, fresh coat of paint. Sure, it's still early access, and yeah, it's got a lot of work to do. But don't you love the idea of having a world where the old-school features we know and love can seamlessly blend with the new? A place where we get the best of both worlds.
So until next time, friends, may your dragon hunts be plentiful and your butlers never forget to dust your shelves. Stay wild, stay RuneScape, and may the gods, or Jagex, be with you. And maybe, just maybe, bring us that demon butler you know you want to.